Hello, everybody. It's Bill, it's that college football guy. Another video. Yeah, same out. Yeah, doing the videos here when I'm at the house. And this is the state of the ACC. No, this is not talking about lawsuits or any of that. That doesn't matter, or realignment. No, this is simply who still got a shot at the conference championship. Now, 17 schools here, and I basically made out the fact if you're not at least 500, you've got no shot at this. Because there's right now there are 10 schools in the ACC who are at least 500 or better. 7 who are not. So you'd have to overcome, if you're below that, at least 10 schools to have a shot, or at least 8 of those 10 schools have a shot at making the conference championship. So it's just not going to happen for you. So we're talking about conference standings only. I could give a damn about the overall. We're talking about conference standings only. Who's got the shot at the ACC championship? Clemson's in first place at 5-0. Miami and SMU are tied in second, 4-0. Pitt's 3-0. Virginia Tech's 3-1. Louisville's 3-2, Georgia Tech's 3-3, Syracuse, Duke, and Wake Forest are all 2-2. Those are the schools that have a legitimate shot. It's remote. Some of them are remote at best, but a shot at the conference championship. That means that the following schools are out. They have zero shot at it. That's Virginia 2-3, Boston College, NC State, and North Carolina at 1-3, Stanford's 1-4, Florida State's 1-6, and Cal is 0-4. They have yet to win an ACC game. So we're going to go over the schedules here, the remaining schedules left for each of these schools, and who's got the best shot. Some schools have got an easy road. Some schools are it's brutal. All right, Clemson, 5-0. 5 games left on their schedule. The last 2 games of the schedule are non-cons. Home against the Citadel and home against South Carolina. Those don't matter in the conference. They got 3 conference games left. There's an 8-game ACC schedule. They're home against Louisville, at Virginia Tech, and at Pitt. So that means all 3 of their games remaining are against schools who are eligible for the conference championship game, who have a shot at it. So that makes that a tough schedule for Clemson. Is it winnable or not? Well, I'll let you decide that in the comments. But basically, of the top 5 schools in the ACC, they're one of them. They only have to play one of the top 5. So, or say you take top 5 schools around there. Now, Miami 4-0 in conference. They got 4 ACC games left. They're home against Duke. They're at Georgia Tech. They're home against Wake Forest. And they're at Syracuse. All 4 of their games are against schools who are eligible for the conference championship. So that's going to be a tough road for them to do. Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake, and Syracuse. Now, the other undefeated schools here, SMU, 4-0. They got 4 conference games. They're at home against Pitt, home against Boston College, at Virginia, and then home against Cal. So, again, of the conference teams that are eligible for the championship, they're only playing one. They're only playing Pitt, and that's at home. Boston College at home. Virginia's on the road. Virginia's 2-3. They're just outside of it. They may be playing spoiler. And Cal's got to come cross country, come to Dallas to play SMU. So, SMU's got actually a pretty good path to the conference championship. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, Pitt's 3-0, which means they got 5 conference games left. And this ain't easy. You're at SMU. Okay. You're home against Virginia. Home against Clemson. At Louisville. And at Boston College. So Louisville's eligible. Boston College isn't. They're on the outside looking in. But Clemson and SMU. So you got 2 schools. 3 schools out of your 5 remaining games are against schools that are eligible. So that's a pretty tough schedule. So far, the easiest, we'd have to say, is SMU, right, so far? All right, let's go to Virginia Tech. 3-1 in conference. They got 4 games left. They're at Syracuse. They're home against Clemson. They're at Duke. And then, rivalry week game, they're at home against their rival Virginia. So their next 3 games are against schools that are pretty tough in this. So that's going to be a tough battle for them. So I notice a lot of these schedules, except for SMU's, everybody else is pretty much even when it comes to competition. Louisville, 3-2. They only got 3 conference games left. So that's a little bit tougher for them. Their last game of the season is their rivalry game. This time they'll be on the road at Kentucky. But that has nothing to do with conference play. They're at Clemson. They're at Stanford, so they got to travel across country. And they're home against Pitt. That's not exactly an easy road for Louisville to get to the conference championship game. That's going to be kind of difficult. Impossible? No, but it's going to be a difficult road. Georgia Tech's 3-3. They are, of all the schools here, the least likely because they've already played 6 games. So you win your 2 games, that puts you tied with Clemson. Clemson would have to lose out. Miami, SMU. They're the toughest of all the schools that are eligible to get it because they played 6 games. Their final game of the year is their new rivalry game at Georgia. Their 2 games are both at home against Miami and NC State. Now, Miami, that's going to be a tough road. They lose one game, they're out. So Georgia Tech does not have an easy road at all, and by far the toughest of all of them. They only have 2 games left. They're at home, but they have zero margin for error, and they have to have a lot of help to even have a shot at it. So I'd say they're probably the least likeliest. Syracuse. Start the 3 schools. They're all 2-2. All have 4 games left. Syracuse, Duke, and Wake Forest. So Syracuse has 5 games left. They have a non-con mixed in there. They're home against Virginia Tech. They're at Boston College. They're going to travel cross country at Cal. Home against UConn for a non-con. And finish the season at home against Miami. So of the top 5, they got to play 2 of the top 5 plus go cross country to Cal. This is not going to be an easy path for Syracuse. So I don't know if they can pull this one off. This is going to be tough for them. Duke has 4 games left at 2-2. They're at Miami. They're at NC State. They're home against Virginia Tech and finish the season on the road at Wake. So they face 2 of the top 5s, 3 schools, 3 of the 4 games are on the road. So for Duke, this does not look like an easy path for them to get the conference championship. Then you got Wake Forest, who's 2-2. They're at home against Cal, so Cal's got to come cross country to North Carolina to get them. They're at North Carolina, they're at Miami, and they finish the season at home against Duke. That's not easy either. So, who's got the best shot at getting here? I mean, Clemson, they're 5-0, but you're playing Louisville, Pitt, Virginia Tech. Pitt, Virginia Tech 3-0. Pitt's 3-0. Virginia Tech 3-1. Louisville's 3-2. It's a tough schedule for Clemson. Miami's got Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake, and Syracuse. SMU right now, unless they fall flat on their face, is probably going to be in the ACC Championship game. Because you look at their schedule, Pitt, Boston College, Virginia, and Cal. Unless they screw up, Pitt's got SMU, Virginia, Clemson, Louisville, Boston College. I mean, this is not an easy path. I mean, right now, if SMU, looking at these schedules, if SMU doesn't end up in the ACC Championship game, they screwed up. It had nothing to do with teams being better than them. They're playing the easiest schedule by far of anybody. This isn't even close. So if they screw this up, it's all on them. They have no excuses. You have a very easy schedule. You don't pull this off. You don't make the ACC Championship game, that's all on you. So I brought up the schedules again. I brought up the schedules here. I need you to tell me. We'll do it when we're Clemson, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Pitt, their conference games. Miami's got Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake, and Syracuse. SMU, Pitt, Boston College, Virginia, and Cal. Pitt, SMU, Virginia, Clemson, Louisville, Boston College. I mean, it is. Virginia Tech's 3-1. Syracuse, Clemson, Duke, and Virginia. Everybody else 3-2, 3-3, 2-2. They still mathematically have a chance, but of the top 5, this is a tough road. So I made this video here because I'm like, who do you think is going to make the conference championship game? As you look at the schedules, SMU's got the inside track. So if they don't get it, that looks bad on them. But I want you to let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching the video. If you haven't done already, do me the favor. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Who do you think is going to be in the ACC Championship game? Because I've got I gave you the list here. Do you think any of these 2-2 schools, Syracuse? I don't see Georgia Tech with 3-3 getting in. Louisville's 3-2. Clemson, Stanford, Pitt, Kentucky. Clemson, Stanford, and Pitt. That's a Stanford snatched in between Clemson and Pitt. You overlook the Pitt game. Stanford on the road cross. I don't see Louisville getting in. I don't see Georgia Tech getting in. Syracuse, it's basically, they still technically have a chance, But this is a battle, I think, personally, for the top 5, the battle for the championship. And right now, you putting a gun to my head, I think it's going to be SMU Miami. Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and Syracuse. They don't play anybody in the top 5. None. They play Duke's 2-2, Georgia Tech's 3-3, Wake Forest 2-2, Syracuse 2-2. That's, I think, the easiest schedule. Next to SMU's. So if you got gun to my head, right now, SMU Miami. I think that's going to be the ACC Championship. But why don't you let me know down in the comments what you think about this. So again, thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't done it, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. Comment on the video. Who do you think is going to make the ACC Championship game? Who do you think is going to get in? Am I getting it wrong? Is somebody else involved in this? Let me know who you think is going to be in it. Share this video if you want to. If you haven't done it already, do me a favor. Check out some of the other videos I've done. And if you like it, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, on the way to making some things happen here. If you want to follow me on X, Twitter, the link will be in the description. So again, thanks everybody for watching. Tomorrow's video is going to be the state of the Big Ten. Who's battling for that conference championship. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Be safe out there and please be good to each other.